Seeing the stage for the first time in Nashville, Blackbird Theater presents the philosophical romantic comedy Man and Superman by George Bernard Shaw. Join me as we learn more on this week's Arts Break.
I don't care. I think I'm going to faint.
Man and Superman is a rarely produced play by George Bernard Shaw about a young woman named Anne Whitefield whose father has died and has entrusted her to two guardians, one an old conservative named Roebuck Ramsden and the other a young political firebrand named John Tanner. She doesn't see Tanner as a guardian so much as a potential suitor. She wants to marry him and she pursues him during the show. He is an iconoclast and a gadfly, and he doesn't want to be tied down in marriage.
Violet is quite right. You ought to get married.
Anne, I will not marry you.
But she's a very charming and winsome and scheming woman, and she pursues him. That's the romantic comedy, but beneath that, the story is about Shaw's philosophy of human nature and about the purpose of mankind.
The trap was laid from the beginning!
From the beginning, from our childhood. This early 1900s idea, and this is before, of course, the big world wars and stuff, this idea that mankind can continually be bettering itself through education, that it can raise its own bar. In some ways, of course, we acknowledge that that's an archaic idea, but in other ways, I think we still behave like that's true in America today. We're still grandchildren, I suppose, of the Enlightenment. We still believe that we can understand almost everything, that we can take things apart, and at the end of the day, there's still mystery to life and to love and to the world.
The full-length version of Man and Superman is about 5 hours. We've cut it down in half for our production, but I think we've kept the brilliance and the sinew of this story.
We wanted to keep the third act intact, which many theaters cut out entirely, or sometimes they perform just that act. But we wanted to keep it in the play because I think it's where a lot of the big ideas that they're talking about get dissected and discussed.
It challenges the validity of marriage as an institution. So he goes after political conventions, moral and religious conventions, and the place of women in society. It's got a lot of strong ideas to grapple with. Man and Superman is really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see Shaw at his wittiest, at his funniest, and to get the best encapsulation from all of his works of his profound philosophical vision.
Blackbird Theater's production of Man and Superman runs through February 2nd at Lipscomb's Chamberlain Theater. For more information, visit us online at wnpt.org/arts.
This NPT Arts Break is made possible by the generous support of the Ingram Charitable Fund and the Metropolitan Nashville Arts Commission.